The Thar district derives its name from Thar and Parker. The name Thar is from Tul, the general term for the region's sand ridges, and the word Parker literally means to cross over. Earlier it was known as the Thar and Parker district, but afterwards it became one word, Tharparkar. Tharparkar is a district that occurs in the southeast of Sindh. It happens to be one of the 23 districts of the Sindh province. More than 90% of the people live in more than 200 rural villages. The headquarters of the Thar is known as Mithi. A very large area of Tharparkar constitutes of the Thar desert. The language spoken in Tharpar region is called Dhatki, which is also known as Thari language. Thari is basically a Rajasthani language and is the most spoken language in the region. However, some people also speak Urdu and Sindhi. Tharparkar homes two kinds of classes, the Muslims and the Hindus. According to a consensus held in 1998, Muslims constitute almost 59% of the population, whereas the Hindus constitute of the rest of 41% of the total population of the region. The Thari culture is somewhat a mixture of the Gujarati, Rajasthani and Sindhi culture. However, the Rajasthani culture overshadows the other two. Also, the Thari music seems to be more inspired from the Rajasthani traditional music, however it has a sound and feel of its own. The Tharis are very honest and hardworking people and are very hospitable. The nature and mindset of the Thari people is very uncertain. Whatever they see, they want to make sure it is real by touching it. This uncertainty is generated due to the conditions they live in. More than 80% of the people's livelihood is dependent upon the rain-fed agriculture and livestock. The Thari desert is full of folklores which are a very important part of the Thari culture. It has a culture of its own which is like no other place. It provides lots of ways to sink into the Sindhi culture. Thar in fact is a place where folk songs and folklores actually exist in their original form. Even though it is a land of shifting dunes, but still the people have learned to live in and adapt to the place. The Thari life is full of adventures for visitors who visit in order to explore the indigenous cultures, traditions and lifestyles. Some of the peculiar scenes of the desert include the sun rising and sun setting scenes viewed from atop of a dew camel caravans, the grazing herds, big and small sand dunes with thorny bushes, traditional dresses and jewelry of women, folk songs sung in wilderness. The Panhiyari, the water girl of the desert in traditional clothes and the white bangles all over the arms has been immortalized by the writers and the media persons all over. Thar is considered to be land of mighty river Saraswati which used to flow through the region thousands of years ago but has now gone missing. So this land is also known as the land of people whose river has gone missing. Some of the methodologies say that Thar has been said to be Mathul, which means harsh, hostile and merciless land. However, the people have evolved and they've learned to adjust to the conditions. The Thari women wear ghagras, which are long swirling skirts, and work in fields and work with their counterparts and help them earn wheat to feed their families. They cover their faces with veils while wearing silver jewelry. The veil protects them from harsh sun and sand, and it also saves them from the desirous eyes of men. The married, unmarried and widowed women wear different clothes and they can easily be differentiated from the way they are dressed like. The unmarried girls do cover their arms fully with the white bangles. Women largely communicate within their own caste, within which they can marry exclusively. Opportunities for meeting women of other castes become more restricted with higher status. The higher caste women observe strict seclusion while poorer are freer to undertake their field tasks. Thar also has a very divergent colony of traditional tribes, but they share many common characteristics which seems to bring together their pasts. Despite their diversity in costumes, jewelry and customs, a singularity also exists which seems to keep them bonded together. The Hindu communities hold arranged marriages outside their communities, whereas the Muslim community remains reluctant when it comes to marriages outside the community. Thar faces the pre-monsoon weather which goes on from the month of April to the month of June. The hottest temperatures are observed in the month of June, during which the temperatures vary between 35 to 45 degrees at times. The place always seems to be home to sandstorms. The people of Thar are very creative when it comes to arts and crafts. Pottery, puppets, leather items, wood items, carpets, metal wares, block prints, tie and dye fabrics, embroidered shoes, mirror work on clothes and sheets, painting, kundan, meenakari are a few arts and crafts of Thar. The handicrafts heritage is a very fine combination of colors and textures. The depth and range of this heritage stems from its socio-economic ethos, with the whole village pursuing certain crafts which are essential to their daily survival and needs. These handicrafts are what constitutes mainly of their economy. The Thari economy reflects the barter system basically, and they are the kind where a village is supposed to take care of almost all of its needs by itself.